So guys, let's start up with the first question and let's see up what all answers you give for this. Okay. So a 22-year-old boy have a severe sore throat. The findings on the physical examination includes an inflamed throat, swollen cervical lymph nodes, enlarged spleen, and C, the third line, which is telling up you the answer, the heterophile agglutinin test is found to be positive. On giving the ampicillin therapy, there is a rash in this particular disease. Okay. So guys, can you tell me what is this case scenario about? What is the answer of this particular one? Okay. So try to answer without the options first, and then like if you want options only, then you can see up these options A, B, C and D. Can you tell me what is the answer? Yes, what is the answer, guys? A lot of students, they have told up without the options itself. Answer is C, that is infectious mononucleosis, no doubt about that. Okay, because this is what is the typical history. So let's catch up first, like how we have gone to this particular infectious mononucleosis. A young boy, okay, severe sore throat. This is the feature of infectious mononucleosis, along with this lymphadenopathy, that is cervical lymphadenopathy, along with enlarged spleen, and it is also having what, guys? It is also having an enlarged liver, that is hepatosplenomegaly is present in infectious mononucleosis. Okay, but the hack is the heterophile agglutinin test. This is what is the main logic which you are telling up, that what is the answer of this particular one, because this particular test, which is monospot test, which is a type of a slide agglutination test, okay, nowadays it is being done to diagnose of this infectious mononucleosis. So can you tell me what is the other name of this infectious mononucleosis? Why this age group is important here? What is the other particular name of this particular disease? Somebody have asked us, sir, why the ampicillin rash have come. So guys, this is a type 4 hypersensitivity which happens because of giving up the drugs in some of the viral infections, and in this, after giving amoxi and MP, this particular type of rash comes. Okay, so this is there. So yeah, tell me what is the other name of it? The other name is kissing disease, that you know. Okay, what are the features of this? Does there is an alteration in CD4 CD8 ratio here? Yes, there is an alteration in CD4 CD8 ratio also for some time, and along with the fever, this particular sore throat and all these features which is explained up in this question, they all are there in this. Okay, besides this, important to remember here is that there are certain types of lymphocytes, and what is the name of those lymphocytes? That is the atypical lymphocytes. Okay, so another question is, guys, atypical lymphocytes, this atypical lymphocytes is which one? Are they CD4? Are they CD8? Are they B? Which particular lymphocytes are these atypical lymphocytes? Can you tell? So the answer to this question is they are CD8 T cells. They are cytotoxic T cells which get enlarged up from a normal lymphocyte to a large size, which is termed as atypical lymphocytes. But guys, problem is this atypical lymphocytes is also seen up in a mononucleosis-like syndrome. Okay, and this mononucleosis-like syndrome, can you tell me most commonly done by which particular organism other than this Epstein-Barr virus? Yes. Yeah, tell. Which other organism other than this Epstein-Barr virus does this mononucleosis-like syndrome? Yeah, tell please. So this is what is the other one, that is the cytomegalovirus. Okay, this is what is the other one, that is the cytomegalovirus, which causes what? Mononucleosis like syndrome. Okay, and here itself you remember one more thing, that with the CMV there is HHV6. HHV6 is what, guys? Human herpes virus 6. Along with that, a particular bacteria, Ehrlichia, they can also do this mononucleosis like syndrome. Okay, they can also do this mononucleosis like syndrome along with this CMV. Now this is very clear that CMV and Epstein-Barr viruses, they are both having this atypical lymphocytes in the blood smear. You could able to get these atypical lymphocytes. Then which particular test you need to do to differentiate between them? Tell this. Okay, which particular test you will do to differentiate between them? Tell please. Which particular test, guys? Tell. I'm seeing your chat box. Which particular test? So this is what we have talked about now, this heterophile agglutination test, or which is also termed as a tube agglutination, that is the Paul Bunnell, and this is the advanced version of it that is termed as monospot test. So this Paul Bunnell test or monospot test, which is advanced version of it, it is positive in Epstein-Barr virus induced infection. Fine. And this is not positive in whom? In these particular mononucleosis ones which I have told up. Fine. So this is important to remember regarding them. Other than this, regarding this particular, like somebody have asked why the rash comes. So guys, this rash is type 4 hypersensitivity. Because of that, this particular rash have come, and this ampicillin or amoxicillin therapy, when it is being given off, this particular type of rash do happen. It's a type of hypersensitivity. Fine. Now, other than this, what else is important regarding the Epstein-Barr virus? As it was asked in the last NEET PG also, what is the other name of it? Epstein-Barr virus. So this is termed as HHV4, human herpes virus 4. Okay. And how to remember this? The students only have made a mnemonic for this. Epstein-Barr, bar opens up to 4. So this is HHV4. Okay. So Epstein-Barr virus is human herpes virus 4, and cytomegalovirus is what, guys? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Cytomegalovirus is which number, guys? Cytomegalovirus is HHV5. Okay, HHV5. Cytomegalovirus is HHV5, and how to remember that particular one? The CM we choose for how much time? We choose for 5 years. So like that, you can remember both of them. They will be asked again because confusion is there. Epstein-Barr is 4, cytomegalovirus is 5. And what about the varicella zoster? What about the varicella zoster or chickenpox? Which number, guys? Yes, tell please. Varicella zoster. Which number? Tell. Varicella zoster is which number? You are still on the CMV. Come to the varicella zoster. Varicella zoster is which number, guys? Varicella zoster is HHV3. Okay, chickenpox. Chickenpox is not a pox virus, first thing. It is a herpes virus. Which number? HHV3. Wonderful, wonderful. Manas, wonderful Priyanka, wonderful Sunil, wonderful Lokesh, wonderful Soumya, wonderful Ashwini. It was really good. Mamta is still on 5. Mamta's 5 is CMV. Okay. Who is telling 2? 2 is not the answer. Avinash, 2 is not the answer. Okay. Answer is HHV3. That is varicella zoster is HHV3, human herpes virus 3. Okay. And all of them, they are DNA or RNA, guys? These we are talking about DNA viruses or RNA viruses? They are DNA or RNA? Tell. Obviously, these are what? DNA viruses. And what is the mnemonic? If you have read my notes or you have like seen up the video, what is the mnemonic for the DNA viruses, guys? Happy. Okay. So these guys are what? Happy. Now, let's see the other options also. Okay. So regarding the diphtheria, a lot of things you know that it is being done by Corynebacterium diphtheria. Okay, which is gram-positive bacillus. Okay. So one thing why I have kept this question is because this is a frequently asked one. Okay, in what sort it is being asked? That in all these diseases which are there, diphtheria, Vincent angina, infectious mononucleosis, streptococcal pharyngitis, there is a formation of pseudomembrane. Okay, there is a formation of what? Pseudomembrane. And guys, you can remember those particular names by this mnemonic, VIDAS. VIDAS is an instrument in the microbiology which is being used up to diagnose the organism. So from that you can remember that V is Vincent angina. Okay. Vincent angina. Yes. This Vincent angina is done by which particular organism? Somebody is asking up in the comment section. So Vincent angina is done by Borrelia vincenti, guys. Borrelia vincenti and fusiformis. That is Fusobacterium necrophorum. That is the organism which does what? Vincent angina. Okay. This I is infectious mononucleosis, which we have just done. Okay. Infectious mononucleosis is done by Epstein-Barr virus. Okay. Epstein-Barr virus is which number? This is HHV4. Fine. This D is obviously this diphtheria. There is a pseudomembrane, mostly in the facial region, and when you try to pluck it, it bleeds. Fine. and in that only the bacilli are there. So for the Albert staining, you will give that pseudomembrane only. A is agranulocytosis. A is agranulocytosis. Okay, this particular ailment, agranulocytosis, in this particular one, you have this formation of pseudomembrane. Okay, this S is streptococcal pharyngitis. Okay, you know na, pi genes associates with all this. So streptococcal pharyngitis, that is also there. Okay, so streptococcal pharyngitis, agranulocytosis, diphtheria, infectious mononucleosis, Vincent angina. These all, what is there, guys? There is a formation of pseudomembrane. Okay, there is a formation of what? Pseudomembrane in them. So this was like, if you remember up, this is one of the questions also in one of the FMG exam, that they try to confuse you that whether the pseudomembrane is Vincent angina or Ludwig's angina. So obviously the answer is Vincent angina. Ludwig's angina, which is an infection of the floor of the mouth, sort of a cellulitis. Okay, so in that there is no pseudomembrane, but yes, done by this Borrelia vincenti, which is a spirochete, this Vincent angina is having pseudomembrane formation. Okay, and what is the other name, guys, of Vincent angina? The other name of this is trench mouth. Okay, the other name is what? The other name is trench mouth. And from this trench mouth, can you tell me what is trench fever being done by which organism? Trench fever? Yes, trench fever. Bartonella quintana. Okay, Bartonella quintana. Fine. So remember this particular thing, that Vincent angina is having pseudomembrane, but Ludwig's angina is not having a pseudomembrane, and this will definitely help you in the future questions, this particular mnemonic with us, to get up that in all in whom you see up a pseudomembrane. Okay, so this is one of the aspects by which this question can be asked. Another aspect by which this particular question can be asked, they can give you a picture. So this is like a picture of infectious mononucleosis only, and you can see up in this particular pseudomembrane formation. Okay, हाँ हाँ वही भाई अमेजिंग एल्डरली और आस्किंग बैसिलरी एंजियोमेटोसिस वाला क्विंटाना, यस यस एग्जैक्टली वही है. ठीक है, वो वही ट्रेंच फीवर भी कॉज करता है, और द बैसिलरी एंजियोमेटोसिस भी करता है ये, और कौन करता है? हैंसले, जो कि और क्या करता है? कैट स्क्रैच डिजीज. ओके, सो डोंट कंफ्यूज अप अश्विनी, डोंट कंफ्यूज अप. सिंपल है कि दिस पर्टिकुलर वन, दैट दिस बार्टोलेला क्विंटाना, this one trench fever, and this is trench mouth. Vincent angina is trench mouth. Okay, now this picture can be shown up to you. So this is the picture which is there, or they can give you this particular picture of the rash, which is after the giving amoxicillin and all. This type of rash happens to be, this I have taken up from one of the research paper only. So this is there, they can show you this particular picture, or they can show you this particular thing, and they can ask up that which particular type of rash or which particular type of, like obviously with this they will give the history, and they can ask up that which particular disease and all that. Okay, so this is regarding the pseudomembrane and regarding the infectious mononucleosis done by Epstein-Barr virus. Okay,